Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Mass Effect. So, last time we had a hearing with the Council. We were there asking them to intervene against Saren and remove his privileged status. But they rejected our charge of treason. So, we've been assigned to try and find more evidence out there in the world and hopefully bring Saren down. We have two leads. One was to speak to a man named Barla Vaughn, who is an agent of the Shadow Broker, a mysterious trader in information, who we spoke to last time, and he directed us to a Krogan mercenary down in the Citadel Security office. So, I believe we're going to go and investigate him and check him out real quick. But before we do, we're going to run over here and remember we have we met a Solarian who designed something that was going to help him scan the Keepers, these mysterious bug creatures that no one really knows anything about, but are apparently essential for keeping the station running. And he's charged us with going around and scanning as many of these Keepers as we can. So we'll grab that one. We get a little bit of cash, a little bit of XP. Come up these stairs. This is another one of those environmental objects that will give you a codex entry. So we'll grab that for a little bit of XP. And then we're going to cross back over here, back to the embassies. While we're here, last time Counselor Udina didn't want Captain Anderson to be part of this investigation because apparently he and Saren have a bit of a history. So now that we're out of the hearing, let's go and talk to Captain Anderson and see if he'll fill us in on any of the particulars of his history with Saren.
Yes, Commander. Is there something you need?
You and Saren have a history. What happened?
About 20 years ago, I was part of a mission in the Skillian Verge. I was working with Saren to find and remove a known terrorist threat. Saren eliminated his target, but a lot of people died along the way, innocent people. And the official records just covered it all up. But I saw how he operates. No conscience, no hesitation. He'd kill 1,000 innocent civilians to end a war without a second thought.
Interesting. This is a moral decision judgment we can pass on him. This is entirely up to you. It's not dependent on whether you pick the ruthless background in the beginning, the one that says you always think of the mission first and to hell with the casualties. But it fits in line with those with the ruthless background and the war hero background as well. But mine, my Shepard, Yelena Shepard, was involved in the tragedy at Akuz, where most of her squad was wiped out. And while she recognizes that a lot of times people die, she doesn't really want to. She wants to try and avoid as much needless death as possible. So,
killing innocents doesn't end wars; it causes them.
I know how the world works, Commander. Sometimes you're forced to make unpleasant decisions, but only if there's no other way. Saren doesn't even look for another option. He's twisted, broken. He likes the violence, the killing, and he knows how to cover his tracks.
So this is one of the things I don't particularly like. Sometimes when you get these extra dialogue options, they'll still be here once you've picked one, and you can just sort of go through and see the other one, and it doesn't really affect you. So
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
So we just heard a little bit more about what Captain Anderson was up to prior to this game. He was involved in a mission with Saren, and Saren behaved rather recklessly and probably got a lot of people killed in the pursuit of his mission. And it kind of shows where Captain Anderson gets the idea that that Saren hates humans, looks down on us, and really has no problem with seeing humans die. He says the mission went horribly wrong, but Saren didn't get the blame, and all of that fell on Captain Anderson, and he sort of had to pay the price for the mission going as badly as it did. There's not a whole lot more that this other mission gets touched on during the course of this series. However, there is a series of companion books for Mass Effect that sort of touch on Captain Anderson's story a lot more and the sort of background of the games. The first one takes place before this first game. Is called Revelation, and it deals mostly with this mission that Captain Anderson was talking about and the investigation into this terrorist plot. So I highly recommend, if anyone wants to know more about the lore of the series, to take a look at that book and the other two that go with it. And they're actually they're a pretty good, enjoyable read, and you should definitely check those out. The first book is a prequel to the first game, but does touch on a few things that are a little bit spoilery for this game. So if you do want to read it, but don't want spoilers for this first game, I suggest you either finish playing the game or finish watching my series. So, okay, so the main lead we have is for Wrex, who was hired by the Shadow Broker to deal with Saren and his betrayal. So let's head down to CSAC Academy and see if we can find out what's going on with that. So we're going to make the nice long walk back over across the Presidium. We're heading almost back to the Citadel Tower, but we're instead going to take the access tunnel and the elevators to the wards. The wards are those, if you remember, are those arms that are coming off of the station. There's 5 of them, and that's where most of the people live. So yeah, if we come down here, come down these stairs, and then we've got another elevator. As I said, Mass Effect 1 loves its elevators. We have to take 2 of them to get down to the wards, so enjoy. I don't know what we're going to be talking about on this one down, but who knows.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of expanded human colonization insist that Eden Prime was an isolated case. Nevertheless, colonist enrollment has dropped sharply. Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
So yeah, that's another example of things that will crop up when you're on the elevator. Sometimes your party members will talk to each other. Sometimes you'll get little news reports, and those news reports, in that case, was talking about our mission on Eden Prime. So we didn't get any kind of notification. But sometimes they are news reports about possible side quests that you can go to once we get out into the wide galaxy. Other times there'll be news reports about the consequences of other missions that you've undertaken. And it's really kind of fun to come through and hear about your exploits on the news. So if we come over here...
I think we'll find him down here.
He always stops in for a few games of Quasar before he makes his drop.
Fist is gonna be pissed if we take down his supplier.
That's the point. We want him angry. Angry people make mistakes.
There's just something about Fist that makes me nervous.
Good. He's a dangerous man. Now keep your eyes peeled for our mark.
So those are two members of CSEC, and they're apparently out after someone named Fist, who I know is a local club owner that's in the wards. He runs a kind of a seedy club and kind of involved in a lot of illegal activities. This tunnel, this corridor that we're in, is really kind of strange. They made this whole corridor. You can see down over here. That's the over this way is the elevator that we came down. Here is what looks to be a door. Doesn't really go to anywhere. If we continue on down this way, you'll see there's another room over here that's got a bank of computer equipment. Also does happen to have one of the keepers that we can scan for the Scan the Keepers quest. It's one of the more obscure ones because a lot of times people don't even come down here. But yeah, there's really nothing. Corridor doesn't really do anything. There are two quests that are involved here. One of them is related to one of the backgrounds you can choose. Not the one we chose. It's for the spacer background. Occurs down here. The other one is just interacting with a computer terminal that could have been somewhere else on the Citadel. But yeah, so I'm not exactly sure what the original intention of this area was. If there was supposed to be some other bit of significance to this little corridor. But yeah, it's sort of a weird thing, and probably after this we'll probably come down once to do that one quest I was talking about, but other than that we'll probably never come down here. So yeah, enjoy. And at the end of it we get another elevator ride.
A Solarian excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
So yeah, that news report was talking about the Hanar, who are a species that we haven't met yet. They're essentially sentient jellyfish. They're aquatic life forms. They require Mass Effect flotation devices to be able to survive in the rest of the galaxy and interact with the rest of the species of the galaxy. And they communicate through light pulses on their skin, and what maybe it's kind of, I'm not sure if it's ever really defined, but they can communicate partially telepathically, partially through sound vibrations. They're one of the odder races that we'll come across in Mass Effect. They have a belief that they believe in the Enkindlers, which is what they call the Protheans. They believe they were sort of saintly, godlike figures that brought them up out of their primitiveness and gave them language and gave them science and elevated them. It's interesting to see how different societies deal with the massive amounts of highly advanced technology that was left behind by these Protheans. So, come over here. Open this door, and this will let us out into the wards. Excellent. We come right over here. We've got a really nice view. A little bit of dated graphics, but this shows you we're on one arm of the Citadel, and there are 4 others going around in a circle. The curious thing about the Citadel is that it can actually take all those arms move, and they can actually close in and shield itself, so that they're not exposed in case the Citadel, if is ever attacked. So, yeah, that's pretty interesting. You said it, Caden.
That your professional opinion, sir?
This isn't a station, it's a city.
There must be millions here. It can't be possible to track everyone coming and going.
This makes Jump Zero look like a porta-john, and it's the largest deep space station the Alliance has.
Jump Zero is big, but this is a whole nother scale. Look at the ward arms. How do they keep all that mass from flying apart?
The council represents more races than I thought. No wonder they're careful with newcomers.
They probably just want to keep everything running. It has to be hard keeping all these cultures working together.
I'll say.
Maybe they just don't like humans.
Really?
Why not? We've got oceans, beautiful women, this emotion called love. According to the old vids, we have everything they want.
When you put it that way, there's no reason they wouldn't like you. I mean, us. Humans, ma'am.
Smooth, Caden.
You don't take much shore leave, do you, LT?
Alright, don't make fun of him.
Alright, laugh it up, Chief. I appreciate the thought, Alenka, but we're on duty here.
Aye, ma'am.
Oh, cute, he's embarrassed.
I'll walk drag, ma'am.
Yeah, so we can come over here, and if we come down these stairs, this takes us down to CSEC Academy. If you come over here, there's another terminal where we can get a codex entry, and then if we come over here, there's a keeper that we can scan for some extra credits, and then there's this guy here that we can talk to, Officer Lang.
Hey, I know you. You're Shepard, right? I saw the monument at Akuz. They got a whole section about you there. It's a miracle you survived.
Looks like you have a fan.
I'm sorry, I just never thought I'd meet someone like you in person. My name's Lang, Officer Eddie Lang, Citadel Security. It's an honor to meet you, Commander. What are you doing down here in the wards? Anything I can help you with?
Maybe. Yeah, what do you know about CSEC? I mean, you work for him. What's it like?
Why'd you join Citadel Security?
I don't know. Seemed like the right thing to do, you know? Maybe it's in my blood. My grandfather was a cop back on Earth. It's kind of what CSEC is. Police for the Citadel. I'm still pretty new at it, but I like it so far. Way more interesting than staying back on Earth. You get to meet all kinds of cool aliens, like those Hanar. Wild. Plus, CSEC gets a lot of respect here. We uphold the law. People, even aliens, appreciate that.
A little bit of subtle racism there. Okay. Yeah, he mentioned that Citadel Security is like police for the Citadel, and in that he's not being entirely flippant. Citadel Security does do, you know, normal police work like you would expect, but they're also involved in larger investigations, like into Saren, or as I said, investigations into people that don't really fall into any more appropriate jurisdiction. What else can you tell me about the Citadel?
How do you like working here on the Citadel?
This place is amazing. I've been here almost a year, and I still haven't seen a tenth of it. The Presidium's just so beautiful. Good place to go and relax. But I really like it here down in the wards. There's always something going on somewhere. Like that new club they just opened a few months ago, Flux. Wicked scene in there, Commander. You should check it out when you have some time.
I may just do that. I do like a good dance club every once in a while.
I have to go.
Right. You're probably real busy. Well, see you around, Commander.
I am, but never too busy not to talk to regular citizens. So, we'll come down here, down this long hallway, boring, dull, lots of lights, and then, surprise, surprise, we get another elevator. So,
Binary Helix has settled out of court with a Krogan group that had accused the Genetics Corporation of fraud. The Krogan group had contracted Binary Helix to perform studies with a long-range goal of curing their genetic sterilization. The group later sued for a return of investment money when the study produced no viable results.
So yeah, that was an interesting report about the Krogan, who were about to meet Wrex as a Krogan, and they were contracting a group to work on their genetic sterilization. We don't really know a whole lot about that at the moment, but we will find out a lot more about that. It becomes a really important subplot to the game. So click up here, get another codex entry about Citadel Security. Come up here, and here is Wrex.
Witnesses saw you making threats in Fist's bar. Stay away from him.
I don't take orders from you.
This is your only warning, Wrex.
You should warn Fist. I will kill him.
You want me to arrest you?
I want you to try me.
Yeah, Wrex is a pretty big dude.
Go on. Get out of here.
Yes, human.
I'm trying to bring down Saren. Barlavon said to talk to you.
Barlavon is a wise man. We may share a common goal, human.
Enlighten me.
I've been hired to kill the owner of Korra's Den, a man named Fist. He did something very foolish.
Interesting. So we heard the other CSEC officers talking about trying to take down Fisk.
What'd he do?
He betrayed the Shadow Broker. A Quarian showed up here on the Citadel. She was on the run. She wanted to trade information for a safe place to hide, so she went to Fist. He promised to arrange a meeting between her and the Shadow Broker. Instead, he contacted Saren.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
What does Saren have to do with this?
Well, the Quarian has something that connects Saren to the Geth.
Perfect.
Paid Fist a small fortune for her.
If we get our hands on that evidence, we can prove that Saren's a traitor. And the Council will have to listen to us.
Thank you for enlightening us on that, Caden.
Saren might already have her.
Last I heard, Fist still had her. Probably somewhere inside his club. You help me kill Fist, she's all yours.
I want to know more about your employer.
Can't tell you much. All I got was a coded message with the details of the job. Standard procedure.
What about Garrus, that Turian? He wants to take Saren down too.
Yeah, good idea.
He might come in handy.
He was here just before you showed up. Said he was going to follow up a lead on his investigation. Wanted to speak to the doctor at the med clinic.
Move out.
All right, and so now we've just gotten our first extra squad member. So now we have more than just the two human members, Caden and Ashley, to choose from when we go out on missions. So every time we go out on a mission, we can choose a different squad. They each have these three little bars above their head. Ashley has a full red bar. Caden has a halfway full blue bar and a purple bar, and Wrex has a halfway full blue bar and a red bar. So if you look down here at this current squad box, you'll see that the biotic strength is the blue bar, tech is purple, and combat strength is red. So Ashley is a soldier, so she gives a full dose of combat strength or something. I'm an adept, so I give a full boost of biotic strength, which is what's shown there. And if I select Wrex to be in my party, he'll add a little bit of biotic strength and a little bit of combat strength, because as a Krogan battlemaster, he does have biotic abilities, as well as being a pretty powerful soldier in his own right. So, we can really take whoever we want here. In later missions, it's probably a good idea to always have someone with tech skills, because then you can open locked chests and doors and hack computers and things like that. You probably also want to have someone with some combat experience so they can wear heavier armors and take a little bit more damage. So even though we have an overload of biotic power, that's always good, and Kaidan has the necessary tech skills to be able to handle most of the things we do down here. So the bars down there are kind of good to give you an estimate of your strength, but it's really all dependent on the actual powers that they have. So as you play through the game, you'll learn a good squad for your character and for your playstyle that works. So for now, I'm going to take Wrex and Kaidan, and we're going to say accept, confirm squad. So yeah, so now Wrex is going to be coming with us as we go through the Citadel. So he told us that that Garrus, the Turian we spoke to earlier, was following up a lead with the doctor in the med clinic. So we're going to come over here and take this elevator up. We're going to head on up. Now we're trying to find the med clinic.
I got a tour. One of 500 to see the ascension from the inside out.
Really?
Took almost 6 hours and we only saw 1/10 of the ship. I even got to meet the commander.
Matriarch Latanya. You met her?
Well, she addressed everyone on the tour, but I got pretty close to her.
Huh, just look at that ship. You'd have to be stupid to mess with that.
Very true. She's got almost as much firepower as the rest of the Asari fleet combined.
Hopefully she'll never need to use it.
So yeah, that was a conversation between the human and the Volus over here. They were talking about this ship up here, the Destiny Ascension, that we saw briefly as we flew into the Citadel. And he was talking about how it's got more firepower than most of the rest of the Citadel fleet combined. And it's an incredibly powerful and massive ship. You saw that we were only a speck compared to it. So I'm going to come over here right around, and we're going to grab this keeper hidden over here in this corner. And this up here is the med clinic. So we're going to go in and see if we can find Garrus.
I didn't tell anyone, I swear.
Uh-oh, this doesn't look good.
Now if Garrus comes around, you stay smart. Keep your mouth shut or
Who are you? Crap.
Let her go.
What? Whoa. Alright, so we've got some thugs. We're attacking the doctor. Just blow him out of the way. Alright. You'll notice this is one of the funny things about this game. The AI is not particularly good. If I don't move or order these guys around, they'll just stand there shooting at the wall for hours. And never really accomplish anything. So, but one of the things we can do is we can come into this pause menu, and I can tell Wrex to move up to there and take position by that pillar, and hopefully he'll draw out some of our enemies. Or maybe not. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Okay. So, we took them down. Let's come back over here and talk to Garrus.
Perfect timing, Shepard. Gave me a clear shot at that bastard.
that was a hell of a risk you took.
What were you thinking? You could have hit the hostage.
There wasn't time to think. I just reacted. I didn't mean to... Dr. Michelle, are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you. All of you.
Why were they threatening you? Who do they work for?
They work for Fist.
Fist
They wanted
again.
to shut me up. Keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
The one I told you about, Shepard.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There is no way the Council can ignore this.
Time we paid Fist a visit.
This is your show, Shepard. But I want to bring Saren down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
You're a Turian. Why do you want to bring him down?
I couldn't find the proof I needed in my investigation, but I knew what was really going on. Saren is a traitor to the Council and a disgrace to my people.
Welcome aboard, Garrus.
Fist is going to be waiting for us. When we hit him, we better hit him hard.
Okay, and so now we've gotten our second extra squad member. As you can see from this picture, we're eventually going to get 6 potential squad members. 2 of them we haven't met yet. But now we've got Garrus added to the mix, so we can bring him along. Garrus is a... he roughly fits the infiltrator class from the beginning. He uses sniper rifles and assault rifles, and has some good tech abilities as well. So he's a good one to bring along to provide those tech abilities like decryption and electronics for hacking and so forth. So he's an option for those. But I believe, yeah, we're going to stick with. We're not going to bring him with us. We're instead going to stick with Wrex and Kaidan for this particular mission. So just imagine that Garrus is providing backup for us.